That's a good looking plant. Is it on now?
Yes.
Oh.
Tell us how to know if it's ready to harvest.
Oh, man. Right there's some.
Oh, see, because like this one's overdone, right?
Yes, a little.
That one's...
And a lot of that boils down to, as I was telling them, when the plant starts using up all the available sulfur that's in the ground, you'll get a little bit of this. But that's usually a sign that they're done, almost overdone to a degree. When they get like this, you need to be in them every 2 or 3 days, looking them over, doing the squeeze test, as I said. You know, make sure it sounds like a piece of, like rattling a piece of newspaper, you know, or just crunching up a piece of paper. It'll sound really similar. Other than that, and there's some over here that look gorgeous, that should be really close. Those are really close. What are these? Saz.
So you mean real close, like maybe like a week or two?
A week.
A week?
Close to a week.
Okay.
Which is so weird, the weather's so funky, you know, that has a bearing on it.
They were asking what caused this.
Beetle?
From here up, well, a little bit of the beetles. The plant took everything in the soil and shot it to the top. That's where it wants it. From here down, it doesn't care. There's nothing on it budding.
Okay. So if I'd have stripped it
Right.
high,
You're to the point now the plant's trying to kill itself to save itself. It kills the bottom and save the top. So
that's actually a good sign.
yeah.
So Fred, you usually already are taking off all that leaf.
Yes.
That way anyway.
Most of
The
it.
plant would
And it
start-
depends, you know, once they start burn out, back up a little bit, like when they first start setting cones on, I'll look and see where they quit. I'll take everything else off of it.
So we just didn't strip it.
Because a little earlier, like this stuff here, you get like a dew where mold mildew will sit on that. Oh boy.
That's what
You
I
know.
was telling them. Like that one right there, we didn't strip all the way down.
Right.
We did this one just to see.
And as you see, you're, you know, good move, good job.
So at what point did you decide to strip them?
About the time I saw birds out, seeing birds.
Okay.
A little bit before I started
Right.
seeing birds, I think. It was.
Because that's just, to me, that's just a lot of waste, a lot of nutrient waste that the plant doesn't need.
Doing that anyway.
Well, we
Right.
had a lot of downy mildew. Downy mildew?
Yeah.
So we stripped a lot early to try to save the plants because we didn't know what it was. By the time we figured out what it was, that they were ate up, so we were stripping a lot.
And this was quite the year, weather-wise, for Downey. It was insane.
A lot of rain.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like
Cool nights.
is this from that inconsistent water, that brown? Like that's not like a bud rot type of issue thing, like because it looks somewhat
Some of them
uniform.
it's weird because some of them will just, when they're starting to get done, they'll just do that. It's like certain parts of the plant maybe didn't take up the sulfur that the others did, or phosphorus, you know, as the plant's trying to finish itself out.
So those are brewer wouldn't want.
That's what I was going to ask.
It
Do you take
depends.
those out?
It's weird. Everyone has their own. That one right there, the brewers that I deal with would take. They wouldn't be
Happy.
tickled to death, but they would take it.
An apothecary would like those.
Yes.
Okay.
When they're looking for, when they're looking for something that's
Right.
basically just
So I think
aromatics.
we should probably separate a little bit.
You can.
It's basically a spot where you can go get large quantities of herbs.
Oh.
What'd you call it? Apothecary?
Apothecary, yeah.
Why would an herbalist want?
Because it is a fantastic nervine.
What does that mean?
Fantastic what?
Nervine.
Nervine.
Yeah. Put your butt to sleep.
Oh, there you go.
Relax your
Rob.
I need
nervous
that.
system.
I need a lot of that.
But like a lot of these, like going back to this, where they're a little brown, if you pelletize them, it doesn't hurt. Which I've dealt in the wet market, so to them there's, I have to be a little more selective
Right.
when I send them to the brewer.
So if you're gonna go with wet harvest and distributing, like at what point do you start making a connection with the brewer, telling them that you have crops coming?
We have it pretty well timed to about the third week of July. We start talking to each other on a pretty regular basis. And then we try to coordinate, you know, I'll go, okay, they've got another 3 weeks. Because it takes them 2 roughly to make the mash just to get everything going. So when the hops get there, because they either go in the brew vat that night or the next day. So,
So wet.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really quick turnaround on the wet.
Yeah.
hops.
Yeah, it's like 24 hours or something crazy.
Yeah.
Something like
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
If, you know, unless you keep them wicked cold. I mean, they, you know, 35-ish, 40, just to preserve, you know, the terpenes in the
You dry any of yours?
in the plant. No, never have.
The
Well, I
ceiling
did-
is still pretty high even on the wet hops end of things in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Even though there's only 5 brewers that can take the wet hops, the ceiling's still pretty high.
So far, I mean,
Max
there's
that out, so.
there's more that are kind of
Well, they get
wanting to take the leap of faith.
Yeah.
Out west.
Not wet.
No, not wet, no. Yeah,
Right.
They're dry.
Yeah.
I had told them I noticed the Zeus, they don't have any lace. It's like Japanese beetles didn't even touch them. I don't know if it's the plant or we just got lucky on that row, but it's the entire row.
Can we look at it?
Sure, let's go look.
Unless they did
If you find one the Japanese beetles don't like, I want to see it. It was weird. They kind of hopped around on mine this year too.
See, looking up through there, there's, I mean,
Yeah, they're pretty.
Well, those look nice.
it's almost like they bit it and said, yuck, I don't like this one, and went on to something else. But when I was looking, I didn't see any of them that were laced like the,
So these still have a little while.
Oh yeah, they haven't even opened up yet. See how they're still, the cones are tight? Yeah, usually they'll, as they're drying, you'll watch them kind of open up.
But now look at this one, has a little bit of the brown on the top, but it
They will.
hasn't really.
Could
opened
you
up.
be feeding them at this stage? I mean,
You can.
But not
I
nice.
don't, no nitrogen.
No more nitrogen.
I usually give them, now they still want calcium, potassium, phosphorus.
it seems like a good time you want to be pumping them.
Yeah, a little bit of magnesium.
Premature to this,
Yeah,
but then
just to finish them off.
Finish them off strong.
Oh, I forgot to ask, do you keep the liquid calcium in the fridge?
No,
Oh,
no,
because I didn't know.
you don't need to.
What about the LAB after you take these off the
Yes,
Yes, okay.
yes, keep the LAB in the fridge. It likes to stay cool. That's a good looking plant.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Zeus looks great.
Yeah, they do. And that's weird. You'll just find certain plants on your patch that they're just in the right spot. It's like,
They're happy about something there.
I have some that are just random places you wouldn't think a damn rock could grow there, and they just, I mean, they just fly. You're like, what in the hell?
How many ounces did you get off of that?
What's that?
How many ounces did you get off
Probably 6, 8, somewhere in there.
The whole plant?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like is that the wet or the dry?
That's wet.
Okay.
6 ounces. Oh.
Some of them are left.
So your picker you're building, because I was watching on the video, the guy made one, and he had like you run it through, and it's got the fingers that knock the butt off, I guess, and they fall on a conveyor belt. The conveyor
Right.
belt thing, and it goes down.
Well, this one won't be that fancy.
Yeah.
This one will be this just basically will be a box with a 3-tine set of fingers in it and something in the bottom to catch them.
And the fingers you're saying are going to be metal.
They're just
They
like,
spin and knock it off. Is that what they do?
Pretty well.
Spin and knock them.
Yeah.
But and then how is it collected?
just put a tub in the bottom of it.
The toast just falls.
I'm gonna, when I get mine put back together, I'm gonna try to set a box fan in front of it
Blow the stuff
and
out of there.
see if a fan will literally just blow the leaves away and let the hops just hit the box.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
You know.
That's pretty good. I was wondering.
I like the conveyor. I mean, it takes, it's like anything I can do to take the work out of it's,
No, but you
awesome.
that's taking the stuff away, and the buds roll down it. But That's more motors, more pulleys.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's interesting.
No, I just wanted something simple because everyone you look at is just, it's just great big, ginormous,
Yeah, it's inexpensive.
massive thing. She's like, yeah, she's, when this first started, she's like, I found this mobile picker and it's like 40 grand. I'm like, no. Because, I mean, there's one person here who has a pickup big enough to pull it.
Right.
I mean, that thing is a monster. I'm like, you don't need it. I mean, if you grew 10 acres,
How much you
yeah,
get off
I
your
could
acre?
see. Off of mine,
Yeah, how much you get this year?
I didn't got maybe 5 pounds. Oh, I had a horrible year this year.
What about last year? Did you do better?
Mine, I think I pulled 50 or 60,
Oh, that's pretty
something
good.
like that. It wasn't bad.
What was the difference? Just the weather?
Yeah, this weather was brutal this year because I had like May going into June, temperatures dipped, then it got wet.
Yeah.
Because mine, literally every one of my cascades come up this high and stopped.
Oh.
I'm like, what in the world? And you would look like right at the top of it, it would just be like this wee little, like a neon green cluster, which is the first sign of downing. And I'm like, crap. But that time it's too late. You know, I went and got copper sulfate. I mean, I went through the whole damn rigmarole with them. And I got them where they perked back up just a little bit, and then the caterpillars moved in. And just,
It was just like one.
no, it never, I mean, it was just like, it never stopped. Because most of the time they do great, and then the Japanese beetles come in, like the first weekend in July, and just
Nothing you can do to get rid of it?
go insane.
Do you spray it or anything? Or?
I tried some stuff. It's called BT. It's an organic. It's Bacillus thuringiensis. That when they eat it, the beetle eats it, it kills them. I've had varying degrees of success with it. I've put the traps up. I think the traps just drag more of them in. They do. They go, hey, goddamn, there's a party over here, you know, and just last year, the past 2 years, I could literally, I guarantee you would have filled a 55-gallon barrel.
I wonder if chickens would help, because they love them things.
If you can get them on the ground,
Well, they,
you know.
I know, but don't they live on the ground, or they live in the
Well, I see them on the ground, but most of the time they're
way up there?
16 feet in the air. Because I literally would go up 3 times a day and just shake them, and there would just be a black cloud.
There's got to be something that you can spray on it that doesn't hurt the plant to get rid of it.
Well, they actually make this stuff. It's called milky spore that you put on the ground for like grubs, because the beetle is a grub before it comes out in July, end of June, July. I've tried it. I never had any luck. Whether I put it on the wrong time.
Is that the rice milk thing he was telling me about?
No, that's something a little different.
Oh, okay.
But the best luck I had was just hand picking them. Just the more the population I could wipe out, you know, I figured.
I've got tons in my bag to do. But they were talking about, I'm not gonna hold up your time, but they
No,
were
you're fine.
talking about our farm. Well, first of all, we're flat and we're pretty clay. I mean, there's
Okay.
a lot of clay. So they were talking about a cover crop. I don't know what that is. Like what's
Well,
the
they'll want
concept?
you to. They'll cover crops. You'll go in either before or plant, and then you throw something right back on it. Because your cover crop will be like a clover or.
Keep everything else from growing up.
Well, basically what it does is it's fixing nitrogen back in the soil.
Because they're talking about doing not turnips, radishes and stuff now.
You can. Radishes are good because they're kind of they're a tuber. They bore, and they naturally loosen the soil up.
Do you cover yours like that?
No, I'd like to.
Put anything on?
I normally don't, and it's this year. Well, the past couple of years, it's kind of a pain because I'm kind of picky. Well, once they come up about, I don't know. Once I get them past that high,
Help or you do it yourself?
my youngest son helps me some, which I've got an 800-acre farm. Cattle. I've got
You got your hands
A lot. You got a lot going on.
all, and that's just that's just a piece of it. Which I have kind of a soil business. I do multiple types of compost and different things. I've got a lot of stuff going on. And then I work in Buchanan at one of the legal pharmaceutical cannabis grows.
Yeah.
That's an interesting job that eats up now 90+% of my time.
Yeah.
Because I'm there 7 days a week. It never stops.
Yeah.
You know. But it's really neat because cannabis and these are first cousins. They're genomically like this. So what works for them? Because actually, I had when they were still in the planning stages of that facility, that whole group come to me because I was growing these. They're like, "What do you do here?" I'm like,
That's one you like to know.
"Yeah, exactly."
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Out, I guess. So we gotta,
Well, it was nice meeting you all.
nice meeting you.
It's nice meeting you.
We're at in Fayetteville.
We live on Lansing. You know where the New River Gorge Bridge is? If you go over the bridge, you take a left. When you go out Ames Heights, instead of turning left to go to Adventures on the Gorge, we are right.
Oh, okay.
So we
I'll say later in the fall if we get slowed down.
There's Fayetteville, and there's the bridge.
Okay.
That's the bridge. Lansing is.
Oh, fantastic.
We live right there on that
Oh,
airport.
nice. Oh,
Yeah, that's our
nice.
house. And this is Robin, my sister's, her fields. And we was thinking about right there in this field, because there's a pond there with water.
Oh my gosh,
And it's
yeah.
pretty flat. It's got
How's have you done any preliminary soil tests?
we have
Anything yet?
because we did just
They're
to see where our
just-
garden was at.
Just like
And we were
just do
low
a state?
on phosphorus.
It's low. This pH is low, I think.
Yeah, which it's going to be.
Yeah. But we have a lot of that Indian hemp. Is that what it's called? That weed that comes up in our fields. And it's. I'm trying to see if you got any. He's got any here, but it's just really spread. And I can't. You know, they said lime the fields.
I've been using. It's just expensive. I use gypsum.
Is that like a spray?
No, you can get. I'd get the pelletized version because to me it solubilizes clay a lot better, and you'll see it unlock a lot of the minerals. 'Cause clay to me is the mineral base. That's the bank. You just need, if you start doing some compost and stuff, get your compost pile going. And to me, when I'm planting them, when I just sock one in, hole about that big, drop it in. Them things will take care of themselves because they don't really root deep. They
They're
root,
shallow.
yeah. I mean, they only root that much tops, but they spread like crazy.
We got probably 50, 60 acres that we hay.
Oh, nice.
We sell the hay, and it's just those weeds popping up. There's some lime on it this fall, I think. Kind of help us with it.
All right, we better get it. It's getting late. Robin's probably.
All right. Nice meeting you.
Absolutely. Yo, absolutely. And that's the thing. If you guys need anything else, I guess just contact one of them, and if you need questions answered, we'll try to get them answered for you.
Answer some questions for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you guys. Thanks for taking the trip.
Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully we will see you again.
Meeting you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, just
Yep, shoot us an email or something.
No, we will.
shoot us an
We'll
email.
be in
We'll,
touch. We'll
Hold
be
on,
in
because I want
touch.
to ask you another question before you take that off, Fred.
Oh, okay.
Okay. See y'all.
Alrighty.
Thanks.
Yep. Another question.
I wanted to ask you about these past due to harvesting. Should we have already harvested them?
What was the question again?
Should we have already harvested these hops? Because a lot of them are kind of brown.
They're
Worried if we missed it. Yeah? Okay. But now these beside of it
I know.
are still okay? Okay.
They look good.
All right.
It's just you don't have any low enough that you can.
Right. And I mean, even these are, I can't read. Yeah.
but these we'd be able to go to our apothecary or something.
Oh, absolutely.
Or do our own value added.
Yeah, but I mean, there's still a lot of good ones up here.
Yeah. So we need to go ahead and pick this one and. Okay.
You can pick them a little early.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to pick them at the right time.
Right.
Yeah. That's play the lottery day.
Yeah.
If you hit the right day, all of them are ready to go. It just never happens, but.
You can bring it. Bring the stick.
What do you think?
Okay.
Where'd you say that was? Where'd you say that was?
I'm sure that's tent worms. Isn't it? I mean,
I guess too, that's
they weren't there.
usually
That wasn't there
lava
Thursday.
trees and stuff.
So when we do this one though, we want to burn that.
Yeah. They've sure set up camp, though, haven't they?
Like I said,
What
day
time
did
we
we
were down
go?
to State Fair?
What day did we go to the state fair? Thursday. Wednesday I was out here. All
Really?
day. And that one and that one down there wasn't there.
So they're just moving in.
Yeah,
They
just,
knew we were gonna be out of town.
Yeah.
so we'll probably Monday we may just go ahead and cut those down.
Yeah.
We got actually WBOY's coming out to do a
Oh, nice.
thing. So
That's cool.
So
Which road's this one? Is this Saz?
yeah.
Sweet. Eh.
So looking
Thank you,
at it,
baby.
is there anything that we should have been asking you?
Give me a
Like,
constructive
is there
criticism.
anything you should be telling us that we're not asking?
No, they look good. I mean, from here on out, it's just once you know. I mean, you do the squeeze test. That's it. The rest of it's just.
So
Great.
the way I have them up, some of them I got one, because that's all that survived.
Right.
That one's one, two.
Bagging them.
Where's the one?
There's one is 3.
This one down here has. This one's too many, wasn't it? One, two, three.
Yeah, there's a little.
That was 6.
Yeah,
Zoom in
that's too
on that
many.
if you can, man. That's too many.
Oh yeah.
That's just one. That's 3. So 3
Yeah.
about right.
For around here,
3 to 4.
any more than 3, you're really pushing it.
Or if you just bag them and then get like.
Well, any more than that, it makes him a pain in the butt to harvest. You know, even the picker would have a hard, kind of a hard time. You know, if those was really, went to the top and was, had blowed up.
Because when we were doing it, we were waiting for you to do it so we could watch you.
Oh, I got you.
Frost, and it was like, she said, we got to do something.
Yeah.
Well, so, like I told our guests, I was like, told them, you're a teenager in this job. We're toddlers.
Yeah.
They're infants.
Yeah, so really we
And
only have
Gotcha.
if I can keep thinking of it that way,
little strips, but
Yeah.
I figure
And a lot of it, the more you do it, I mean, you'll know. I mean, you'll know every year when you come out here. It's like mine, I knew Cascades and Chinooks come off first. That was just a given. Then Comets and Saz was the next ones down the line. To me, my Saz always finished last. And I mean, they finished late, which surprises me that yours is far along. But this has just been a weird year. I mean, it's been an exceptionally crazy weather year.
you said that they start late too, but these things,
They do.
these started about the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that you need to have room to drive a truck through, but is there anything that you can plant as a companion plant in a hop yard?
That's what he is working on.
I'll let you know next year.
Okay.
I'm doing something this fall. I'm going to try it, see if it works. I'm wanting to do mushrooms. I want to do like pin mushrooms, just wood chip the whole thing and just mushroom it and just see what happens. I'm kind of curious.
I forget where, but they've had like solar panels like on these tops of these trellises that were like, and then they were growing hops in the same place, and I just was like blown away that they
how
can.
it doesn't block.
Yeah, it doesn't block the sun.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
So it's like a solar field and a
Wow.
hop yard.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I saw that. That was in
It was
Germany.
Like NBC or something.
Yeah.
One of those. The one I saw. MSNBC or something like that. Yahoo something, whatever it was. But I was just like, do they not need full sun? Like,
They do, but you have some Sundays like we had this year where, it's 100 plus. You're like, holy shit. Oh, yeah.
All right, got a question for all of us. If there was something we did that we could have done better or different than what we did, that you would recommend, besides fertilizing when we're supposed to. But that had to do with
That's, yeah,
that was-
that's, No, you guys did fine.
Strip
I don't see anything.
Strip all of it.
Right. Once, you know, and that's the thing, once they start burring, you know, like a couple of them, you could have cleaned them up a little bit more. But, you know, looking from there up, I mean, you really didn't have any loss, you know, any mildew loss or anything. So
Pretty much stripped down from the first burr.
pretty well.
Okay.
Is it easy like a tomato sucker? You just
Oh, yeah.
pinch it off?
You can
just
take,
go through and
I'll
pinch them
actually
off?
do one.
Okay. I didn't know they were that hardy, man. Okay.
You may want to use gloves.
Yeah.
They're rough.
I got.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
got calluses for hands.
And then just, you don't want to leave that out in the hop yard, of course.
Yeah, it's interesting, but that, you know, leaving stuff like that lay around does cause a lot of problems.
Like
A lot
pests?
of mildews
Mildew?
and stuff.
I put it all in my compost anyway.
When you see how easy it is for that stuff to spread, I mean, when it spreads, it takes off like wildfire, and it's
You're gonna,
hard to stop.
unless I'm wrong, correct me. If you're gonna put them in your compost and you end up getting a sidearm, don't put that in your compost, or you're gonna have hops growing in your compost.
Oh, okay.
If you
I mean,
get
we're
any of
growing
the woodiness, yeah.
Yeah.
If you get any of the woodiness, is where it'll come from, right?
Oh.
Just the leaves. I
Just the
don't think
leaves
it'll
put in the
hurt.
compost. Okay. But meaning to ask, so the autumn olive that we ripped out is like just drying out. So I know why it's invasive and all of that, but if we put it through a wood chipper, can we put that in compost, or would it carry with it the...
Probably still carry,
Bad
unless,
stuff.
I don't think you can get the compost hot enough,
Yeah.
you know, because you have to be, Jesus, 180, 200.
Okay.
Yeah. So just
Six,
Big old bonfire.
12 pack.
Yeah. Yeah.
sounds like a good plan to me.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There was a bald-faced hornet's nest in the center of it. I'm lucky I didn't get stung.
Oh my gosh.
I had the little chainsaw and I was just... Like,
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got one the size of a house, just a big giant autumn olive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like we've been
Yeah,
working on
I've got
taking.
that one right there above that tank.
Yep, that's
an autumn olive.
Yeah.
And the birds have eaten it up.
Yeah.
There isn't even any olives on it. I was
Yeah.
hoping to try to make pictures.
Well, so the people who we bought the land from made wine from the olives.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So they would probably be very sad if they knew that we chopped it up, but that's what it is.
So we gotta cut those two down Monday.
Alright.
Yeah, we have it so that the fence comes down and we can back the truck through. And I wanted to do it this year. We're gonna do garlic up there this year. I still think because we get back through here and harvest both of these, so we wouldn't need
Right.
that one. I want to plant some kind of garlic, onions,
In the middle part.
some kind of companion plant down at least
Yeah.
every other one or
Yeah.
something. Just to barley.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out barley. If you figure out barley, I want to figure out barley.
Well, that's what Audrey was saying, that the microbrews we bought
They would buy
buy
barley.
that from us too.
It's
Does
just,
that grow in this area? I don't know anything about
it's
it.
just the problem is
That, and there's nobody to malt it within 200 miles of here. There's a malter in outside of Cleveland somewhere. It's just to me, it's just too much. I'm like,
Yeah.
you can go broke trying to make money
Yeah.
with that deal. I'm
Yeah.
like,
And listen, I've grown oats and little patches of oats, little patches of wheat. It's a pain to get the part that you want,
Okay.
right.
but it's worth it when you do. But
Yeah.
it's just. But yeah, we're gonna do garlic up there.
I saw the butternut squash.
Does anybody have any last minute questions for Fred?
Any last minute questions for Fred? We're gonna shut down.
I'm gonna shut down
recording.
filming.
Thank you, Fred.
You're welcome. All right, it's beer time.